Let's see if this works now. I'm like, no, you don't, motherfuckers. I don't think so. I don't think so. So we got my locals here. That is super weird. It wasn't showing up on my page at all. It's still not. So I'm live on Facebook and it doesn't show on my page. What is the point of me streaming? There's no point. Like, I'm not going to sit here streaming to nobody. That's ridiculous. It's not showing up on my main page. So Facebook has shadow banned my stream. It shows up in my stories. It does not show up on my page, which defeats the purpose of me selling Avon or even doing this stream. Full disclosure, I don't wake up at 6 a.m. to put a camera in my face to not try to push my... There it is. I was like, are you for fucking real? There. Now it's on my page. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, what? Yeah, on Facebook, it was not showing on my page. So we have 105 people in here in 2 seconds, and before I had been on for like 10 minutes, and there's like 90 people, and I was like, it's like no one's seeing this? Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Mark Zuckerberg. I sell Avon. So this is my busy week. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then right when the shipping before Christmas ends, ain't nobody buying no Avon at all until like February. So I gotta hustle now. Get what I mean? Like, now is hustle time. Because if I don't hustle now, I'm going to be hurting. I'm going to be hurting bad. So, I'm like, don't you play with me. Facebook, I ain't playing. This ain't a joke. This ain't a joke. Because mommy ain't making no money for months. So share my stream if you guys can. I would really appreciate it. I'm in sales. I like to do it. I sell Avon. Full disclosure, I love what I do. God, that lump is so big. So I have nodules up and down my carotid artery and my thyroid. We have to keep an eye on it. They're benign right now. I went to the throat specialist, but they're big enough that sometimes they obstruct, like when I swallow, and I can feel them. And it looks like there's an Adam's apple only over there. Somebody punched me in the neck. The irony is, before everyone's like, words hurt me, you can't use them. They used to call me, it sounded like Manny Ann, but it started with a T, because you can't say that anymore apparently, but it was fine to say to me. I don't know, from like age 11 to about 19, she's a man baby, T-word Ann. That was all fine. That was good when it was for me, but I can't even tell you what they called me because then it's bad for other people. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Someone told me they were offended when I was like, wait a minute. They would look at my pants like, boys, look, she has a bulge. Like, that was my life, because I have a deep voice and I'm very, very tall and I have big feet, man feet, you know, like I have very big hands. My husband's hands are not as skinny as mine. I have very skinny, long pianist fingers, they say. So I have very skinny fingers. However, my hands are huge. So my husband's hands are like this and he's a big man, but my hands are big. So my dad is 6'6" and he has a size 17 triple E shoe. So to have a size 11, you know, would be fine. Oh, Andrea. I know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm so tired of everyone being offended by words. It's like, the world is not better. They claim it's better. Our world's worse. We must police everything you say like Soviet Russia. We must act like this Chinese Communist Party and force you into the compliance of inclusions and acceptance. Dude, that's why everyone's like, fuck you. Psychology 101. If you want people to like you, you leave them alone. Like, everyone's a Jehovah's Witness, aka activist today. Activism for the environment, for the LGBTQ. Oh, I'm an activist. I hear it and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like hiding behind a couch from these people. I don't want to be your friend. You're so annoying. There's no difference between you and have you found Jesus as your Lord and Savior? And you're like, no. Like, it's the same shit. Only they're so, like, into sniffing their own farts and feeling self-important. They don't realize that everyone looks at them like, oh my God, these annoying activists. They're like the psycho Jesus people. Leave us alone. Go away. No one likes you. No one wants you around. You're insufferable. And you're like, well, my activist friends like me. We just talk about how much we activate and we false virtue. And that's another thing, weakness seems to be virtue now. I was offended. I don't feel safe. And everyone's like, oh my God, what an amazing virtue. They're so weak. They're like a puddle on the floor. They're just worthless human beings. Oh my God, yes. When did that start? I can't go in there. I don't feel safe. Why? People that disagree with me are there and I'm so weak. I'm so fucking pathetic. I can't go in there. Dude, I walked into board meetings of huge networks with dudes who thought women were stupid and they were the big shit. And I was like, fuck you. And I walked right in and I talked to them. And I'm telling you, a couple of them were so shocked I got the job. And then a couple of them were like, I want to have sex with her. And I was like, no, thank you. And then it made it worse. It made it so much worse. I was like, I'm so scared of their wieners. I'm so pathetic. Mommy raised me to be the most pathetic, worthless woman on earth. I can't possibly have any inner strength. Oh, the patriarchy is going to get me. I'm so worthless. Like, who raised these kids? My generation? Dude, you guys did a terrible job. Have you ever, like, thought about that? Like, I have done a terrible job raising children who think this way because holy shit. I'm like walking into meetings with the president of Fox and all these other people back in the day, well-known, just tyrants. And I was not afraid. Who the fuck are they? First off, half of them were like half my height. So they'd stand up, and I was like in mega heels, so I'm like 6'5", and they're like 5'7". And I'm like, hello, down there. You're already feeling very Napoleon-y, and I know it, I see it. And it's enjoyable for me. It's enjoyable for me to just exist and watch it just bother you. Teach your daughters to not be such wusses. Okay. Let's see. Oh, cleaning products for me. Yay! Should pronouns be victimhood? They pretend it is. My favorite is, you use pronouns every day. We're going to make believe that everyone's been they, thems, and that men have been pretending to be women and women men, and like droves forever. We're going to make believe this isn't like within the last 10 years. You can't change culture and humanity this fast. That's why everything's fracturing. This is an unnatural timeline to change people this much. LGBTQ acceptance is like plummeting into nothing. Like, no, to me, the activists for all of this are just no different than Jesus. They're like, gay, 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 every minute gay, every second gay, we're gay. And I'm like, dude, no one cares. Like, no one. I have to keep talking about it. My whole identity is who gets me off. I have nothing else inside of me. It's like, dude. You suck, and not because you're part of that community, but because there's nothing else to you. You're just this fucking empty husk of a human being whose entire identity is who you have sex with, who you don't have sex with, and your skin color or your genitalia. Like, you're just such a weak, vapid, shallow, pathetic excuse of a human being. That's why no one likes you. It's not because of what community you're in. How about stand on your own, be an individual, and stop being such a pussy? Like, have you considered that? And on that note, I think it's time for me to put a new clinical collagen booster ampules on my face. I love these. It feels like smearing margarine on my face, but I need to rejuvenate my face. See, it says apply an upward and outward motion after cleansing. I'm not upward and outwarding. I'm just putting it on. Yeah. She said she'd move to Mars if Trump won. I didn't want Biden to win. I wasn't like, if I don't get what I want because I'm such a narcissist, I'm such a fucking narcissist. If you vote for Joe Biden, who I know hates black people and votes for every war to murder brown children all over the world, I will punish you. Like, dude, Cher, no one cares. Narcissist. You think I give a fuck if you leave? No one would have gave a fuck if I left with Joe Biden. No one would have cared. That's so stupid. You look like a fucking petulant child having a temper tantrum. Shut the fuck up. And sing your little... Everyone can sound like Cher. Just shut up. Don't you feel like getting a megaphone and just being like, shut up! Just shut up! Like, the environment. My favorite is they get off buses, they're using cell phones, all this shit that's trashed our environment, but then they want to fucking sit in front of a car and destroy our day. Fuck you. Shut up. Let's see. I work with a person like that. It's so sad and pathetic. Dude, make being pathetic again. That's all I gotta say. So I use 2 of these, not because I have to, but because I want to. This is the collagen serum, and I love it. It feels like you're smearing margarine, but margarine that's anti-aging all over your face. Hi. Like, I just don't care about celebrity temper tantrums. Do you? As I said, I was not happy when Joe Biden won. Like, dude, is anyone happy with gas prices, grocery prices? I know that you go on Twitter and all these, like, elitists are like, I'm rich and mommy and daddy pay for my apartment and everything's fine for me. Congratulations. It's not fine for most people, especially in remote areas like where we live. I mean, people don't understand this, but grocery stores do bidding, right? So you have to bid on produce and everything else. To get anything out here, like, we're getting like Alaska prices anymore because the big cities win all the bidding. And then the irony is it's places like where I live that grow everything and provide it all. And then it's all these insufferable activist dickheads that get all the... Dude, we should just shut our state and be like, we're not giving you guys anything anymore. So many claimed what? They'd moved to Canada? They never did. It's a temper tantrum. Dude, I'm telling you. These people, they have... As someone who was in the fame game, who was losing my soul, everyone's like, oh, so-and-so, they started from nothing, like Whoopi Goldberg. Guys, she doesn't remember that. And she doesn't identify with that anymore. She has been so coddled and such a star for so long. That's gone. Any vestige of who she used to be, any soul that was left in her body, trust me, it's gone. They only said it to hear themselves talk. Dude, I'm telling you. So, when I used to go to Hollywood parties and stuff, my manager used to get so pissed at me because I wouldn't play the game. All these dudes wanted to date me. No. And a lot of them were from bands I really liked. And I was like, I don't even want to meet him. And he's like, what is your fucking problem? I'm like, because I'm going to hate him. Full disclosure, after I won Top Model, Matt Stone's people got a hold of me. And I did meet him. And he smoked LA weed with me for the first time. And I couldn't handle it. I got very high. I was like, wow, I've been smoking that garbage poor people weed for a long time. Matt Stone came rolling in here with some shit. And I really admired him. And it was cool. And it stayed that way because I never dated him. Right? Because I'm like, no. See, I'm like looking, I want to get married to somebody and all that stuff. I'm sure that's not what he was interested in. A new clinical collagen booster, but he was very cool. And that was the highest I had ever been in my life, because prior to that, you know, I was poor. Smoked poor people weed, you know. It wasn't all that crazy hydro and like, please. 6120, like where I was from, was probably like 4080 anywhere else, so there we go. Look, I don't wish ill will on Joe Biden. We all know he's not going to run. It's going to be Gavin Newsom, who you have to be mentally ill if you vote for him. Full disclosure, look at California. Single-handedly destroyed one of the most beautiful states in this country. Just fucking annihilated it. That is a bad track record. No. Oh, good Lord. Humble on that first comedy show. Yeah, Whoopi hasn't been humbled in a very long time. I smelled dirt weed last week while taking the garbage. Someone was walking down the street smoking it. I had a flashback to 1998. Yep, dirt weed. Hey, not all of us can be rich. But I usually avoided, and Matt Stone was very cool. I was just too young and too starstruck and naive to really understand why his people would get a hold of my people. Now I get it. But luckily I was probably too stoned and too stupid that he was like, get this chick away, whatever. I was so stoned. I was like, I can't even function. I was just hitting that shit like it was dirt weed. Oops. Pin your link. It's automatically pinned. You should write a book about leaving Hollywood. I don't need to. I talk about it enough. All right, I can tell you the catalyst. Let's let that all soak in. Amazon Berry Boost mask. I'm going to wear this all day. The catalyst was after I had met my husband, there was a show, E's Famously Single. And they were offering me a big chunk of money. And in Hollywood, work begets work. So if you do a big show on E, you're going to have a bunch of other offers. And the money comes rolling in. So the game is to keep the wheel turning, right? So they want me on the show, but I had just met Matt. And I knew in my heart I was going to marry him. I knew it. I was like, dude, this is the one. Like, I am feeling something. I met him on the day my grandma died, exactly 1 year later. He told me he loved me on my grandmother's birthday. Like, it was a big deal. And I quote, my team said to me, explain to him, because this show, Famously Single, I would go on there saying I'm single. Now, I never treated reality TV like some fake bullshit. My ex might have lied about how he felt about me. Everything else, it was all staged for him. That's fine. I didn't, because I'm not a fake asshole, okay? So when they were like, just tell him and he'll understand he's an aspiring actor, that you're just going to, and I'm like, this is disgusting. That's like prostitution. I said that and everyone's laughing at me. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the fact that that's whoring myself for money? And that I would never do a dating show to begin with. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, no. The money was good. It was real good. It was so good that there was a pang in me. Not that I regretted saying no, but it hurt to say no because I could have really used that money, right? So I tell Matt, like, what they had said, and he's looking at me. He had just moved to LA, so he's starting to understand what LA is. And he's like, I wouldn't have stayed with you. What self-respecting man would stay with the chick that they're going steady with, who goes on TV and fakes being single? I'm like, none. No self-respecting man would do that. None at all. And that is why I said no. All right, Pharmax Super Greens Refreshing Eye Gel. That is why I said no, because I knew that I had a guy who respected himself and respected me. So that was the catalyst where I started saying no to things. And then, you know, I was asked to do other shit, but it's always, you know, with her tits out, with a little mini skirt. And I'm like, guys, I think I just turned 32. I'm like, I'm going to get old. I'm already past my expiration. They're like, oh no, people will still want to fuck you. So as long as you can hold out, like as long as Carmen Electra, I'm like, I don't aspire to be Carmen Electra and Pamela Anderson. Like, look at what Pamela Anderson has to do now to revitalize what she had done to herself. She tried to be a sex symbol, like on drugs and drinking and all this shit all the way up until she was like 50. Then she's like, what do I do? And, you know, she's got her PR team. Trust me, it ain't coming from the heart. I know, I don't mean to break your hearts, guys. She got a PR team. How do we turn this around? Make her every woman's woman. And they'll be like, oh my God, yes, queen. And we'll make all the money. She'll write a book. We'll make her the biggest victim ever in the book. And then she'll walk red carpets with no makeup. And all the women will be like, yes, queen. And we'll make all their money. That's all it is. That's all it is. She might be nice and stuff, but she's been so entrenched in that world, like, she is not her anymore. Yeah, I've met plenty of people that I love their work and I regret it. I'm not gonna, like, say names, but I will tell you about one person. I met this person, and they're in some of my favorite movies growing up. Just absolute favorite. And they had a recent resurge in their career. So they're like big shit now, right? And they're married. And I'm in the green room at Comic-Con. And they're talking to me. Very charming. Charismatic, all that stuff. Everything you would expect with a narcissist. And I let them know, you know, you're married. Because they're getting kind of close. And he grabs my chair. And he pulls me so uncomfortably close. Like, I'm like this close. I remember it was like hard for me to process because he physically grabbed me in my chair and pulled me like into his face. And he's like, well, right now I'm not married. And he said a character he played. Like, so close. And I was like, yeah, no, dude, sorry. No. I'm on your wife's side. I don't even know her. Bye. Get shit on. So every time I see this man in movies, I'm like, dude, that poor woman. That sucks for her. That sucks for her. It makes me so sad for her. Oh, the egos on all of them. You don't understand. Oh my gosh. Tina, thank you for the tip on locals. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Oh my gosh. I have a big baking stream going on Wednesday. I want to overnight rise some honey butter buns. And I'm going to make a salted caramel apple pie and a Kentucky Derby pie, which is going to be great. Why would I ever tell you? You heard Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed. It's a publicity stunt, guys. He's going to get you guys to buy his edibles or something. I'm very sorry. Having had publicists and stuff, whenever anyone's like, have you heard about Taylor Swift? I'm like, oh my God. It's fake news, guys. Do you guys understand that concept? It's all bullshit. And it's bad for you. How about that? Ew, no, I don't care the consequence. I would have decked him. Oh, I'm not going to physically punch someone in the face because they want to fuck me. I mean, there's many things that you can hit someone for. Someone being inappropriately hitting on you, you know, you look in between their legs, you say, and what am I supposed to do with that? Floss? Like, insult them, make them feel this big. But yeah, I'm not a violent person. I don't just hit people. It's not what I do. It's not what I do. It's not what I'll ever do. I abhor violence. I hate it. It's just, ooh, yeah. We'll do Siren today. That's what I want to do. My pie live stream. Yep. Joke's on you guys. Then he's going to be like, I'm selling edibles now. They're so much better for you. And then you guys are going to be like, oh, Snoop Dogg's edibles. Let's make him millions upon millions of dollars. Yep. So our Black Friday sales are going on right now with Avon. I have a post right underneath this one. If you guys would like to get some stocking stuffers and all that fun stuff for your peeps, I would love to sell it to you, because then I would take that and I would put it into a car payment, a mortgage payment. It's pretty unbelievable. We have a very small budget between each other this year, and I'm glad for it. No need. So, I told him, you know, $200. $200. You could go to Avon and get a ass ton of things for $200 and leave someone, the woman in your life, feeling very happy, especially with the Black Friday sales. I mean, I always rape. Yes, I rape all the sales. I rake them into the ground. Having 2 Thanksgivings this year, I'm just going to keep eating all the time. Just keep reheating the food. We don't have a microwave here because it's just not good for you. And it's so funny how upset everyone gets. So my husband doesn't have a cell phone, smartphone anymore, because he's like, I'm so tired of manipulative algorithms and brainwashing and all that shit. Like, everyone's unhappy and everyone's like spending their whole life, phone. I'm at dinner with my husband, but my phone. Like, everyone's sick in their mind. So he got rid of his shit. And he's like, you know, the first 2 months was hard. He's like, he's so much happier. I can see it. I'm like, wow, bro, good for you. He only has his Twitch. He streams on Twitch, and that is it. Keep your dress down, your pants up. Here's the thing. I can put on a 1950s gorgeous dress. My body is glorious. Full disclosure, I work hard on it. I am very proud of what I have to work with. But I don't have to show off my wares to everybody to value myself. I'm genetically blessed, and I work really, really, really hard for it. And I'm proud of what's going on there. And I dropped trout in front of my guy, and he's like, it's go time, and that's all that matters in life. Like, it really doesn't matter what someone on the fucking internet thinks. It just doesn't matter. No phone equals freedom. Pretty much to hammer their phones. Look, keep your social media use at a minimum. Just try. I have this monitoring app that monitors everything. I have a Faraday bag. I put my phone in it. I've noticed people are like, well, I texted you. I'm like, dude, I had my phone in the Faraday bag. I didn't see it. And it's like a concept that people don't understand. Like, wait a minute, you put your phone away because they feel so fucking entitled to having your full, undivided attention at all times. They're not entitled to that. Like, why do I need to constantly expose myself? Like a TikTok, the fucking Chinese psyops. They got all the kids like, Bin Laden was amazing, and I agree with him. He murdered all the people. It's their fault. The innocents kill. We love Bin Laden. Like, really? That's the app I'm supposed to be on? Then we got all these kids. They're so fucking stupid. Colonization. It's called conquering. Oh, stolen land. It's called one. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And these same people give up your house and all your belongings and get the fuck out because this isn't your home. Colonizer, all of you. And I'm sorry, even the black community, this ain't your home. Get the fuck out. You want to play that game? Get out. Sorry. I don't believe Alexander the Great didn't stolen land and colonize. No, he fucking conquered. Alexander the Great conquered the known world. He didn't colonize it. Fucking idiots. So stupid. The losers are the winners, and the biggest losers in the world are the ones saying it. Do these people look like winners to you? Seriously. The people whining and crying about colonization, do they look like they're winners in their life? No, they're fucking losers. That's why they have this mindset. All the losers got together and they're like, how do we take down the winners? And they're like, well, we'll put algorithms into TikTok. And I'm sorry, if your kids, like, oh, the letter from Osama bin Laden, I agree with him. He was like, I hate the gays and I, bin Laden, want to hurt and maim them in the West is awful because you coddle gays, we take care of them. Death to gays. And everyone's like, oh, we agree with him. Dude, you didn't read that letter. You didn't read it. You are a liar. You are a lying piece of shit to tell me you read his letter. Basically, like, America's so terrible with their homosexuality and everything else. We must force every single human being in the world to be Muslim, and we must eradicate homosexuality. And they're like, well, you know, we agree with him. You guys didn't read it. You didn't read it. Well, these young liberals are indoctrinated. I'm sorry, they had shitty parents. Here's the internet, Johnny. Let the government brainwash you. Let the CCP get you on TikTok. I have friends that let their teenagers on TikTok. I'm like, dude, you're going to wake up. They're going to have like a Chinese flag on their fucking chest with a shotgun pointed to your face. Oh, well, I couldn't deny little Johnny TikTok. His friends have it. Yeah, bye, Mom and Dad. Just you wait. Christmas social media, colonizers, hot bodies. Yep. You know why? Can I show you the size of my coffee mug? Oh, hey, what's in there? Yeah. That's why. Social media is full of fucking idiots. You know, it used to be someone would have a really stupid idea, and everyone's like, man, this idea is dumb. Like, no one should listen to this person. But then they go online, and then China's like, we should highlight this dumb idea so we can topple America from the inside. They're so stupid. Just, you know, push that. Make everybody feel alone and like there's this army. But here's the good thing. People aren't having kids anymore, so there's not that many youth in America today. And they hate themselves, so they'll just all cancel themselves out. They're like aborting all their babies and stuff. They're not reproducing. Or they're taking all these meds, like hormones, to destroy their bodies. That cause cancer, by the way. Gender-affirming care, those hormones are cancer-causing. That's why I won't take fake hormones when I go through my change. You know, menopause, when it happens to me, I'm just going to fucking power through it because those things can cause cancer. Oh, but if they don't get it and die of cancer horribly, they'll kill. How about we teach them, hey, man, you don't want to gamble with cancer. You want to do everything you can to not get it. Like everything on Earth. Pharmaceuticals doesn't want you to do that. Neither does the medical industry. They want customers for life. So they're all like, oh yeah, you're totally going to die if you don't let us chop you up and fill you full of big pharma. It's so sad, man. So sad. But I'm like, they take a higher level of drugs than what my friends were offered for, you know, postmenopausal help, that most of them decline because they're like, I'm not risking cancer to, you know, not get hot flashes and shit. Like, see you later. Looks like your hair is going gray. My hair went gray at 22 years old. I just dyed it all the time. I remember crying when I saw it. I cried my eyes out. I couldn't believe I was graying at 22. I remember the exact photo shoot and the exact picture that I saw it. I was wearing a blue dress and my hair was really long and I had like fake diamond necklace on. It was really bright outside, so my eyes look ice blue. The photographer was Eric Gia. Look at how much this fucking affected me, dude. And it was a close-up of my face, and I saw it right there, and I'm like, that's not a gray hair. I remember sitting down in my little vanity and being like, oh, I have a streak. 22 years old. 22 years old. But I am proud that my Italian family came here in 1918 to colonize. It's kind of what humans do. It's everyone whining about colonization. They would have colonized others if given the chance. It's called human nature. They're liars. They're full of shit. They just want revenge. They want free things. They're fucking commies, and I'm done. I'm done. I just laugh at them. And that we need to start doing that more. Just laugh at stupidity. Instead of being like, oh, let's placate this idiot. Like, no, just laugh at them. Again, this is my siren palette. Just laugh. Because when China comes over here and overthrows us, do you think they're going to care if we're like, stolen land? They're going to be like, shut the fuck up. We conquered you. We used TikTok to brainwash all your children and hurt their brains, and we destroyed your Western world. That's what China did. Now we're in control. Eat shit. That's what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. And yet, how many here listening to me have TikTok on their phones? Well, the Chinese aren't going to get me. I'm so special. I'm the most special of specials that I have magical Harry Potter spells that stop the Chinese influence. And I go, hickory dickory dock, and it all stops because I'm so special. You enjoy. Enjoy. I mean, we've got the American version, Mark Zuckerberg, Google, controlling all our thoughts, controlling every search. Like, look at, they're trying to take out Elon Musk because he released all the footage from that evil insurrection. And everyone's like, wait a minute. They edit it like reality TV. Like, say you have 6 hours of footage and 5 minutes of it's bad. They got rid of all the other footage and only focused on 5 minutes. And the worst part is that they're showing them arresting evil insurrectionists and then handcuffing them in private in hallways and fist bumping them like, yeah, feds, you go out there and fake this. Okay, bye, John. Like, it was all bullshit and stupid and bad for you. Like, oh my gosh. I don't have TikTok. I have a lot of people telling me I should because then I could sell a lot more, but I'm like, you know what? Sure, I need money. Do you need money? I mean, I'm getting by, but it would be nice to have some extra money. We really need a garage. It hasn't happened now in 4 years. We just keep getting setbacks. Like, we had to replace our whole well pump system, and that was very expensive. Our pressure tank, the control panels, everything. We had to revamp the entire outside log restoration because our house is falling apart. Now it's great, but it's like every time I think maybe I might be able to save some money for a garage, it gets worse. And that's why when I was sitting over here, I was like, you know what? You know, I need to make a thing for guests because it's hard here. Like this Thanksgiving, no guests, which is great because now I'm running 2 businesses that are both sales. And Black Friday and Cyber Monday is the busiest time of year for me. So we have had guests here, sometimes multiple guests, every single year at my most busiest time. And the living room's right here. So I'd be sitting here working and it's ha 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 hee 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 hee, which is fine, but it's hard to concentrate because it's like in my office, everyone's hanging out. then they come up here to like go to the bathroom and shower. And of course they want to talk. So like sometimes there's been years I've had to swallow down my anxiety. And then on top of it, I have to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? This year, no friends coming over, no aunts, no mother-in-law. And at first I was sad, but then I realized, I'm like, dude, I can just totally focus on working and not, you know, making everyone's beds and dotting their socks and doing their laundry and, you know, making breakfast for 5 people and then making lunch for 5 people and then making dinner for 5. That takes a lot of your day. It does. So there was a couple of years we had such a full house that I fell so behind. I wept in my husband's arms at night because the stress was so bad. It's like, Aw, well, all about Eve. I'm glad I inspired you to embrace your gray hair. So this year, we have guests for Christmas. And the beauty of Christmas is no one's shopping with me anymore. Hi, puppy. She's a good girl. You lay down. You lay down. Lay down. Good girl. So, I get to enjoy the guests. I get to be like, Merry Christmas, and, you know, not be like, oh my God, I can't even think, I'm so behind in work. None of that, because the moment shipping won't make it for Christmas is the moment everyone stops shopping with me, all the way until February. So I have this lull where no one's shopping, and I'm like, oh. People obsessed over Taylor Swift. I don't care at all so I heard she had this concert that was really hot, and I have a story. Once I went to go see Tool many years ago, and I love Tool, man. Like, Tool's awesome. Like, they're one of my favorite bands. Get out of the car and check in. I'm like, it is really hot. Like, this isn't comfortable. Sun's belting down, maybe 101 degrees and all humidity. Like, I couldn't breathe. And I looked at my friends and they're like, oh, where are we going to set up? Oh. And I'm like, I'm going home. Everyone, what? I'm like, I'm not staying here. Like, sure. Can you please lay down? Can you please lay down? Thank you. You can't just put your dog breath in my, she like wants to sit right there going, it smells like shit. Love you, but no. And my friends were like, you're not going. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is not comfortable or healthy. Like, I am leaving. I think I did that for Deftones once, too. I was like, no, dude. Like, smart people care more about their health than a fucking concert. So I left. I was once at the Hollywood Bowl. My friend dragged me to this concert. It was so uncomfortable. And I started not being able to breathe. I'm like, well, I'm leaving. Oh, but I'm like, no. My health, band I don't even care about. Like, I came here to accompany you and to be a good friend and to be with you. But my health is suffering. I cannot breathe. I'm going home. And you know what was awesome? No one else was going home. So I just was like, right out of the Hollywood Bowl. No one was fighting, no traffic jams, nothing. I went right home because I used to live right down the street. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was just like, yeah, like, I don't care if it's fucking Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. I don't care how much I like you. Exposing myself to the elements to the point where it's detrimental to my health is stupid. And I mean, I'm sorry people got hurt, but what the fuck were you thinking? Like, something's wrong with you. I know something about Taylor Swift. So, someone who I will not name, very, very famous. They have these recording studios, and they helped both Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift make an album. This is many years ago. And I was like, oh. And I assumed that Miley probably couldn't sing because Daddy got her there and that Taylor could. No. He said Taylor cannot sing. I'm sorry. She can't sing. She's a great writer. Full disclosure. Amazing writer. I really like, you know, She's a good writer. She can't sing. She can't sing live. We have to doctor it so much. And he's like, Miley can sing. And I remember being so surprised because I would have thought Miley would be the one that, you know, Daddy got me this job and all this stuff. But that was not the case. I was like, that's interesting. Did not expect that report, but this is someone that, you know, is well respected in the industry for recordings and all that fun stuff. So I definitely trust their assessment, and, you know, clearly the girls trusted them to put together their albums. So I was like, okay, Taylor Swift can't sing, but she can write and she's pretty or cute, and Miley Cyrus can fucking belt it. Yep. Yeah, imagine your godmother being Dolly Parton. You remember when Miley Cyrus was all fucked up and everyone's like, I can't believe this. I'm like, really? Famous parents, surrounded by famous people. You're shocked? We're shocked. I'm not. Well, I don't listen to Miley Cyrus or Taylor Swift, but I did get to hear the raw, unedited singing from both in said recording studio, and I had to agree with the guy. I was like, Taylor cannot sing, and Miley can. And, you know, people can fight me. You can like them all day. There's people that like Madonna. She can't sing. She never does. She just dances and lip syncs. You know what I mean? But whatever. We had Green Day perform at the Grey Cup last night. Here's what sucks. Green Day's like, we're so political, worship Joe Biden, and every moment Joe Biden, and fuck every Republican, and worship Joe. And I'm like, dude, you are assholes. Why is everyone an activist? There was, in my lifetime, Democrats and Republicans could be friends. One wasn't a Nazi, one wasn't a fascist. This bullshit. And the reason this is happening is our politicians are like, if we get them fighting each other, they won't look at us. So they've got us all yelling at each other when they're the assholes. And that's how stupid we are. We don't deserve the air we breathe. We're so dumb. It's pathetic. I love this siren palette, by the way. It's so pretty. Just absolutely pathetic. A little cream eyeliner. I bought like 55 sticks of this stuff. I love it. So what's the difference, Facebook or TikTok? What's the difference? The Chinese Communist Party, China. Like, are you for real? Are you for real? A country who hates us because of the opium bullshit. A country who has declared for 100 years that they will fucking take us out. What's the difference? Gee willikers. I don't know. Pick up a fucking history book. They hate you. You're going to be making iPhones. You're going to be a human slave. They're going to be cutting out your fucking spleen to sell on the black market. Oh, I wish I would have read up on why China hates us and why they want to hurt us. Oh, man. You think they're going to keep their people enslaved making us iPhones when they take over? It's going to be you. And me. See, the West went into China and they decimated it. And so did Japan. The Chinese want to eliminate Japan off the face of the earth. Japan did do them dirty. The problem is, now you got the CCP in power. And that is not the voice of the people. That is the voice of tyrants. I don't want to color my hair. Like, I don't fucking care to spend that time coloring my hair. That was the point of not dyeing my hair anymore. Also, I don't like purple hair. Not for me. I like my hair. Like, I'm actually okay with just my hair. But yeah. Like, I don't do my nails anymore. I used to always have manis, petties. Like, I don't do nothing no more. Just my natural nails sitting there doing their things. But I don't have time for that. Work with my hands too much. Like, I live on a mountain. I don't go out. I don't go anywhere where my purple hair would be appreciated. Plus, I just don't like that look on older women. For me personally, I don't like it. Comes off very teeny bopper. You do you. That's just my opinion of what I would look like with it. Plus, I was dyeing my hair from like age 12 to like 36. Like, I'm good. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. Let's see. Facebook uses an algorithm that isn't great for people to make money. TikTok uses an algorithm to make American kids dumber. Oh, yeah. And to turn them against their own country. Lisa, holy shit. As always, thank you for the 1776 stars. Gee, I wonder what that means. I have no idea what that could possibly mean, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are always a boss in here, and I appreciate it. Dude, it doesn't matter how much of these eye drops I put in. My eyes are committed to being red. Like this red. Saw me wilding out? Do you mean wigging out? I wig out a lot. I wig out a lot. If there's a big gross bug in here, I'm wigging out. And my husband gets so mad. I'm like, this is your fucking job as a man. And then he gets madder. I'm like, your job is to get this bug the fuck out of my house. That's what you signed up for. You don't like it? Then maybe we need a divorce. But you are bug patrol. And if I point at one, it's not you'll get to it later when it crawls into my fucking bed. It's you are getting off your ass and you are getting this bug right the you get this bug. He always gets mad because, you know, he'll be busy and I'm like, come get this bug. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, this is not a negotiation. We're not negotiating when you come get the bug. Till death do us part means now. Now. I have bad luck with bugs. They always fly on me. They're always crawling. They're always touching. They're always in my hair. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good with that. No, Donna, I go to a professional eye doctor. This is the only one I'm allowed to use is Lumify. I already destroyed my eyes with Visine. So, stoners, beware. You're popping that Visine out to get the red out. You're destroying your eyes. Something I learned from my eye doctor. I completely destroyed my eyes with Visine. He says I have the eyes of a 95-year-old woman now. Magda, holy shit. Good morning, and thank you for the $20 tip on locals. And Shay, to a joyful and safe Turkey Day to one and all. Magda and Shay, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I was watching is a documentary on, like, if or I don't know, if docu-series on if Yellowstone exploded. And I'm just like, we're out of the kill zone, but, like, do you want to live through that? I don't, even if you're, like, in fucking Washington, D.C., I don't even know if you'd want to make it through that one. I'm like, dude, like, hey, I live in Eastern Europe, but I guess I'll get all this fucking acid rain, sulfur clouds billowing through there. I'm like, you know, so I look at my husband, I'm like, maybe we should move closer. And then that way it's just like done, you know? It's like those dumb tourists that are always trying to get close to buffaloes. So dumb. I just want to get close to where I will die. Yellowstone. What is that? Bug assault. I'm not going to do that because it's going to hit my logs. And salt abrasing my logs is no good in here. Sucks, don't it? Saw those. Also, I have a real problem with killing things, guys. Hey, what are you eating? Damn it. Hold on. Hey, come here. Where are you? What are you eating? What is it? Oh, you can't eat that. Oh, you're so cute. You will die, buddy. You'll die if you eat that. Why don't I get you all cuddled? Mr. Man. This is my bad boy. He's the baddest boy. But he's the cutest boy. This is Drax. Now you're eating it. No. Sprayed her right in the face. Chewing through power cords. They're obsessed. Every wire in this house. And I'm like, this is going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. These cats are just going to die. Because they're like every power cord. Nom, nom, nom. And there's so many cords. So I just got this spray bottle. And I'm like, you know what? Go for it again. Go for it again. Hold on. You chew that. Do it, buddy. I will spray you in the face. Hey, water's way better than electrocution. I've watched my husband cull our chickens. I was able to live with it. It's so quick. It's so fast. I don't know what it is about bugs. Culling chickens, like you're using them. You know what I mean? But killing bugs, like I'm not using that. So then I just feel awful. Well, the cats know if they climb up Dad's sound booth towards the evil fan, one has already been hit in the head with the fan. We have this huge ceiling fan that pushes down the heat for a wood stove that they get water. And the only other thing they get sprayed for is trying to chew through power cords. And they are committed. Like, I'll look over at my sweet, sweet kittens, and they make this face. Like, I'll see them looking at the cord. And I'm like, here it comes. Then you see the pupils. Why? I'm like, why? Why is that cord such an obsession? Kitty, 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 kitty. Hi. Hi, kitten. She's so cute. Hi, puppy. She gets jealous. Hi. Can you lay down? Can you get the fuck out of my face? Here, lay down. Come on. You lay down. You lay down. She's just... When her dad is here, this dog is peace on earth, goodwill to men. Total peace. When her dad is working, it's pacing, crying, pacing in my face. Mom, oh my God, where's Dad? And she makes me nuts. I'm like, I told him, I'm like, your dog's separation anxiety is so bad. It makes me fucking insane. Just a little bit more here. That looks good, doesn't it? I would say so. Okay. Maligator puppy? I don't even know what that is. No clue. Can you lay down? Look at me. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Luna, I know you know what I'm saying. You're too fucking smart. Lay down. It's like pacing and whimpering and crying every second because she can hear her dad. He's in his studio. She can hear him. This is the vitamin C illuminating primer, by the way. So it's not like Dad is like forsaken her. He's right there. But because she can't see him, like if he steps behind a tree, she is like separation anxiety. I'm like, this dog. She's going to be the death of me, guys. She makes me nuts. Oh my gosh. I do love just a primer. See, and today I was like, maybe I'll do some foundation, but I feel like there's only a couple more years where I'm going to be able to rock my skin like this, right? Kevin, He left for 72 days. And she didn't stop. Everyone's like, this is how you stop it. Doesn't stop it. She has a fucking problem. She's so codependent on my husband that she is mentally broken without him around. You know what? I think he enjoys being sprayed. She doesn't. She clearly doesn't. But I truly believe the boy cat is like, this is great. He's just like, hey. And he looks at me like, do you see what I'm doing? Are you mad? Oh my gosh. They get away with bloody murder because you know what they do? I get so mad when they're breaking things and knocking everything down and being terrible little kitties. And then I pick them up and they both know it. They're like, just go like this. To the air. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like Puss in Boots. He's sitting there kicking your ass, being a piece of shit. And then you look at him and it's like the big eyes, but with them it's just purring and they do the, like, I'm kneading bread in the air. And I'm like, I can't even stay mad at you. And they know it. They're like, sucker. Get off the wall. She's like, oh, is this a wedding photo? Is this your wedding? You sneezed all over an oil painting. I love them though. You guys get away with murder because you're so stinking cute. All right, a little birthday balm lip. There we go. Yeah, this dog is a broken dog without her dad. When he went to Maine to get certified 72 days, I think it was a solid 3 to 4 weeks, she would breathe in, and when she came out, it was a cry. And I like told my husband, I'm like, dude, I love animals, but I'm starting to fucking lose my mind. Like, I can't live this way with incessant whimpering and crying. Like, I can't concentrate. I can't watch TV every sec. And then finally she stopped. I was like, dude. But it didn't cure. And now he's going to be leaving again for a snowshoe expedition. Oh, dude. It's going to be awful. Man, that collagen treatment really did my skin good. Look at it. Do you guys see that? That's some ooey. That's some dewy. I like it. Guys, I sell Avon. In case you didn't know. I'd love to sell you Avon. If you want an Avon lady. Gotta get my hustle on. From now until, I believe, a week and a half before Christmas. Or is it 2 weeks before Christmas when our shipping ends? It's hustle time, baby. And I would love to sell you some gifts. Cheap, nice gifts. To give people in their stockings. There we go. China makes lots of things like computers, cell phones, other electronics, to have their own thoughts and opinions on everything. Why does China own that? Why is China allowed to do that? Ask yourself that. Because we were sold by our own government out to the Chinese so they can have mansions. America was wealthy because all our manufacturing was here. Now everyone's like, everything's falling apart. Houses, everything's made like shit. Why? Because slaves are making it. Do you know many slaves are like, I take pride in this work and I'm going to make sure that these people who are not slaves are going to have great products. Cognitive dissonance is not having a strong opinion on the fact that almost everything in your life was made by a abused slave. So when everyone's like, oh my God, Gaza, Palestine, I'm just sitting here like, yeah. And they're doing it from slave-made products. Oh my God, human rights. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're so fucking stupid. Everything you say is a lie and bullshit. If you cared about human rights, you would say, sorry, all other nations, we're not paying attention to you anymore. We're bringing all manufacturing back home. So we don't commit human rights violations, and first we have to take care of our own house before we start telling other people to not violate human beings. So if we bring back all the manufacturing here, then China wouldn't be so rich trying to destroy us. We brought it to China because we're like, we get to abuse the Chinese and abuse tiny children. Yay, America, abuse the Chinese. Really? Stop fighting with her that hard. He's so mean to his sister. So, you want to care about the human rights violations everywhere else? China runs concentration camps, and they harvest the organs of Uyghur Muslims. They sterilize their women so they can't breed. And then they take these horrifically abused people and force them to make your shit. So before you start, oh, Palestinians, shut the fuck up. You are a slave owner, a slave driver. You do nothing to change it. You don't have a right to complain about what's happening over there. Not a leg to stand on. Take care of your house first. The end. Then I'm more than willing to hear about the human rights violations everywhere else. But you're not taking care of your own home first. One, you complain you can't get a job and shit. Do you know how much people were able to make in manufacturing here? Steel mills, all the factories. People made good money. Their wives didn't have to go to work. Were able to raise their children to not be communist, Marxist scumbags. Like, people had their shit together. So, how about before we start preaching and screeching to other countries and trying to police them, we police ourselves. And we get ourselves off slave labor. It's like heroin. And we bring all the manufacturing back here. Wouldn't that be nice? We would be so rich. Your groceries wouldn't cost what they cost. Sure, things would cost a little bit more, but you know what? You'd make a hell of a lot more. So who cares? We would be that beacon of shining light on the hill again. We would be able to be virtuous and tell other people how to do things, and you can't abuse people over there because we wouldn't be funding it. But as of right now, we're funding it. Thus, all the kids complaining about the Gaza Strip, which they didn't know anything about until TikTok brainwashed them because China is taking us out. They'd be like, oh, well, you know, a glass house over here. We can't say anything until we take care of our own. And that is how life works. Amnesty International, no clue what happened to them. So yeah, and make things from hemp. I'm not completely all just hemp, but I'm all for the free market. And if everyone's like, dude, this hemp is way better than anything else, then let the consumer do their thing. So that's how I feel. I want my country to be rich again. I want us to be not morally bankrupt. And I want us to be able to have the authority, because we don't participate in human slavery, to dictate to others, be it Yemen, Israel, you name it, how they should treat people. And until then, I think all the kids need to shut the fuck up on their cell phones made by human slaves. Talking about colonization and oppressors. While they're using products made by slaves. They are worthless. Husks of human beings, as I like to say. So, we have to bring the manufacturing back home. That's it. That's all. And then we will be wealthy beyond measure. And then we will have virtue that we can signal with. Because right now we're a laughing stock. No virtue. These kids bad-mouthing capitalism, Western society from their iPhone, drinking Starbucks and their Tesla. It's just, it's called self-awareness. We need to have more of it. You know, it would help. It would help. It's just the cognitive dissonance. Like the fact that everyone's okay with the government and stuff spying on us. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, are you a psychopath? Evil sociopaths are spying on you and your children. And you trust that the evil psychopaths are only looking to see if I'm doing something wrong. Oh no, they're not going to use information against you or anything. No, no, no. They're not doing inappropriate shit to your kids. Oh, gee willikers. No, we trust them completely and they should have access to everything we do online. Yes, the psychopaths mean well by us. Like, I listen to people say, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, I'm like, it's not us doing something wrong. It's them. Like, what? That's like, hey, I invited Jeffrey Dahmer over. We're going to have a couple of drinks, and I'm just going to trust him to, you know, not try to make me into a human zombie and have sex with my skull. I'm just, you know, I know he's a psychopath, but I'm not doing anything wrong. It's like, nobody's talking about you doing something wrong. We're talking about them doing something wrong, which I'm sorry, I am 99.9999999% totally positive they are. History teaches us this. Okay, kids. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. My husband is streaming on Twitch right now. Here we go. Hold on. Twitch.tv/darksauce. Tell him I sent you guys. Tell him his dog is a needy mess. I love that dog. It's just the incessant crying sometimes will make me lose my mind. Huge baking stream this Wednesday. Black Friday sales are going on right now for Avon. If you do not enter the code, you're screwed. You have to scroll down. You have to enter the code. I have no way to go in and do it for you. Yuck. Ew. I hate these spam comments and the picture like looks like a penis or something gross. It's like so gross. I cannot stand it on Facebook. Anyway, free shipping on orders $40 or more. Use Black Friday 40 as your code, Black Friday 40. If you want a free serum and free shipping, and that's on orders $60 or more, you use Black Friday 60. If you want 2 free serums and free shipping on $120 or more, use Black Friday 120. So Black Friday 40 for $40 spent, Black Friday 60 for $60 spent, and Black Friday 120 for $120 spent. So I really hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Of course, I'm making turkey stock, but I'm not streaming that. I can't do a reality TV show here, guys. Like, I will do a baking stream the day before Thanksgiving, but I have severe PTSD from having been on reality TV. Straight up, cameras in my house. I had to go to therapy because I felt like, which is true, the government is watching and spying, but I just felt like there was like cameras everywhere spying on my life. Like, I had maybe 2 years of therapy to like get over that feeling that I was always being watched. So I try to limit cameras outside of our workspaces. Like right now, my husband's live, his camera's in his workspace. He does not want to be on camera. He does not want to be on the stream. And my kitchen's very small. So when I do like, hey, I'm going to do a baking stream, it can't then be another reality TV show like 2 days later. Yes, if you spend $80 or more in either of my stores, I send a Christmas card. I wonder if I'm going to have to print more. I only printed a little bit this year because, well, the economy's really bad. And I was like, I have a feeling I'm going to be suffering in sales and everyone else is suffering. So, you know. Let's see. Tammy, you have a great Thanksgiving. And thank you so much for the 1,000 stars. Again, I will be here baking Thanksgiving pies and putting together my dinner rolls for an overnight rise, which will be fun. Please go tell my husband that I sent you. I would, if I could just get even 100 of you guys to just go watch my husband. I feel like such a good wife. So if you have a smart TV, they're watching and listening. We don't have smart things in this house. No Alexa, no camera systems that are digital, no Ring security. Like, we are very old school. with everything here because it makes us very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Just straight up. Like, so uncomfortable because I know it's psychopaths that watch us. It's not good people. It's psychopaths. Like Mark Zuckerberg. I'm sorry, bro. It's pretty clear. You're a psychopath. Goodbye, locals. I just ended my local stream. And goodbye, Facebook. I will see you guys over in my husband's stream. Yay! Oh, and I'll see a lot of you guys on Wednesday for my stream here. And then I'm doing another stream this Friday on Black Friday. Yay. No surveillance. Yay! So let's clean it up. Let's clean up our house before we preach to others what they should do with theirs. Let's clean up our own human rights violations that we seem to just gloss over and not think about or care about simply because we do them overseas. No, kids. Get those college kids marching to bring all manufacturing back home so that we don't enslave human beings anymore. How about that? Wouldn't that be great? Yes. Okay, everybody, go to my husband's stream, twitch.tv/ducksauce.